Hey, what up, guys? This is Martin here from Rib Kodiak. Your favorite Chad is here from Poland, showing up even on the weekends. And today, we're going to talk about a very important subject for a lot of guys out there. We're going to talk about what actually makes an attractive man. And I've made this little list right here based on my own personal experience and from a lot of empirical evidence as well from other people on what actually makes an attractive man in all areas of life: looks, financially, status wise, in dating, and a bunch of other things that I'm going to mention here because there's so much misinformation about this, and I want to expose all of it. Okay, now we have several different ranks right here, or different tiers. One being the most attractive one, which would be top attractive in this case, 1 through 5, and 5 being the least attractive, which in this case would be that it really doesn't affect your attractiveness level one bit. And we have different groups right here, different traits, different habits, and really different things that actually make up for an attractive man, okay? You guys ready? Let's go. So the very first thing we're going to mention here is looks. How important are looks in dating today for getting that instant attraction from women? Well, in my opinion, guys, it is very high, especially if you're dealing with any type of girls online on dating apps, Instagram, TikTok, because they're very appearance focused, right? Looks definitely matter a lot in dating today. And if you're a good looking guy, and on top of it, you have money and you're confident, bro, you're gonna have life is gonna be easy mode for you in so many ways. So we're gonna place looks. In this case, we're gonna place looks as number one. In my opinion, this is actually what makes a top attractive man with looks, because the attraction is instant. You don't have to fake it. With money, it is not as instant, because unless she knows the guy already, she knows that he has a lot of status. But otherwise, looks in the face especially, it matters a lot today. That's why looks maxing is such a big thing, and anything related to your face really, because that's what really makes up your looks. It's your face, your hair, your jawline, you know, your eyebrows, your eye color, your lips, your ears, your facial structure, and how lean you are. All these things affect your face, your skin, right? Do you have healthy skin? I have a lot of acne scars, unfortunately, but I can still pull it off. I still look pretty good, even with my scars. So yes, I would say looks play a massive role today. That's why I used Henry Cavill as an obvious one here, because he's a Giga Chad. So yes, this is the thing that I think you guys should work on instantly if you want to like raise your attractiveness level very fast. Okay, next, height. Another very big thing that a lot of guys struggle with. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't think height is really that big of a thing in dating, because we're mainly talking about in the context of dating, okay, getting that instant attraction from women. Unless you're dealing with a baddie that's really tall, I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue for a lot of you guys. I'm pretty tall myself, so I may not be the best person to talk about this, but I don't think height matters as much as a lot of guys think. Because you can be tall, you can be really tall, and be ugly at the same time. You can have no social skills, no confidence, no charisma, no sense of humor, and it really doesn't add anything to you. Do you see where I'm coming from with this? Now, if you have looks, you have height, and a bunch of other things I'm going to mention in this little video right here, excellent. You're going to stand out from the crowd. But don't use looks as a excuse as to why you can't girls. Unless you're extremely short, like let's say if you're 5'3" and below, like if you're like let's say 160 centimeters and below, yes, you might have a problem. So I would say, because most guys are average height, they're like from 170 to 180 centimeters tall either way, which would be like 5'7" to like 5'11". I'm gonna put it as let's say, let's see, okay, attractive. I don't think it matters as much as guys think, unless you're dealing with like these uh, dating apps, especially in like Western countries like the US, Canada, maybe even Australia. No, it doesn't matter as much as guys think. Same thing with looks. Like looks, I would say looks matter a lot more than height in terms of getting that instant attraction. But at the same time, if you only focus on your looks, it's not going to help you one bit because there's a lot of guys out there who are very good looking, but they have no social skills. They have anxiety. They're shy. They're timid. They're simps sometimes as well, believe it or not. And the girl can sense it that you're weak, that you're not really being masculine. Do you see where I'm coming from with this? So, but if you have looks and you're confident, bro, you're gonna roll. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is muscle. How important are muscles? I would say they're attractive. Now, when I say muscles, I mean being lean and muscular. I'm not talking about being on juice, on being on steroids. That's completely different because that's not healthy at all. You know, sometimes you guys can see these influencers, these these famous celebrities that are really shredded. They're very muscular, but that's actually very unhealthy for your body. You can have all the muscle in the world. You're taking all these fucking artificial, supplements, these pills, all these prescription drugs. They're not good for you at all. It's much better to be lean and muscular and be natural, and it does help. I wouldn't say it's everything, but it also comes with the instant attraction thing, right? Women, like especially if you're wide, if you have wide shoulders and you have that V taper, you have that 1.6 to waist ratio, that 1.6 shoulder to waist ratio, it's going to look really good on you. And if you have abs, some decently sized arms, you're going to go very well. Okay, but there's a lot of guys who are like bulky, they're like bodybuilders and they struggle with women because they spend their whole day just working out. And guys, do you see the common thread here? We don't want to go with the extreme with either of these points. So I would say muscles are definitely attractive. Okay, with six pack, having a lean body fat, obviously, because your veins are going to pop out, you're going to get a lot better look in your face when you're working out. I've seen it with myself. I think it actually makes your face more squared when you're working out because the spike of testosterone, your body's going to produce a lot more testosterone, and you're going to feel better a lot more. You're going to be a lot more confident because of it, and most things are not going to bother you as much if you're working out consistently. So muscles definitely they do help with attracting women. They're like that nice cherry on top. So next thing that we're going to talk about is money. How important is money to attract women? Now here we're only talking about that instant attraction. We're not talking about keeping the girl because that's a different ball game. We're talking about creating that instant attraction. I do think that money is also top attractive in my opinion. Because with money, you have freedom, you have more resources, and you don't really have to worry so much about the small little things that bother most people, that bond a lot of people into so many unnecessary things. Most crime actually happens because of money, believe it or not. I mean, even Donald Trump said it, that the number one reason for divorce is actually because of money, a lack of money especially. So yes, I think if you're a young man and you're watching this, you should definitely work on your money because it's going to help you long term. And I would say money is definitely a big thing here. You should definitely work on your money, or at least strive to be as financially independent as you can be. Now, I wouldn't say it's everything, but in terms of making you attractive in the marketplace of dating, absolutely. It matters a lot. I would say even more than the muscle thing. But having muscle and, looking good is not the same thing. Okay, next thing that I'm going to talk about, materialism. or having a bunch of stuff. I would say actually I used to think that having money and having like nice cars would make a difference, or having a nice apartment. But after having these things, because I have a pretty nice car now, it's not like a baller type of car, but it's a cool BMW, and I haven't really noticed that much of a difference versus driving a normal car or taking the bus. So I would say having money, it's okay attractive. Or I mean, not having money, but having stuff like watches, nice clothes. I mean, I have a Hugo Boss top. Everything that's like related to materialism. I don't think it's that important for getting that instant attraction from money from women. Although it can help, but I don't think it's going to help you with attracting the right type of women that you really want and that you want to have a relationship with. It's going to attract a bunch of gold diggers and women who are just after you for money. But there we go. I mean, if money was the only thing that mattered in relationships, we wouldn't have all these fucking divorces and all these broken marriages that are going on right now. Women are cheating on these rich guys all the time. I mean, Jeff Bezos got cheated on. Bill Gates, you know, I think Elon Musk was cheated on as well, if I'm not mistaken. Kaká, the famous football player. Johnny Depp. I could go on and on and on with guys who had a bunch of money. So, I would say money is like okay attractive. I don't think it's going to give you that instant attraction from girls, in my opinion. So, the next thing I would say is confidence. Confidence is a top attractive, definitely. Confidence matters. It's one of the things that matters the most on this list. Because I see this all the time. A lot of guys think, especially when it comes to money, they think that they can compensate by not having, by just having money. And usually, a lot of guys who have money, they validate themselves with money in front of other girls. You see this all the time. That's why girls say that these guys are boring. Because all they do, they just talk about money all day. They take a chick on the date and they're like, I made this, I made, 15 grand a month this month. She's like, I don't give a fuck. Or he's talking about how many cars he's owning. Like, it, it's beta male behavior. You're basically just trying to get her approval. That's what you're doing, really. And it doesn't create that instant attraction. Actually, if you start talking about these things, it lowers your attraction level in her eyes, because you're just like the other guys, really. But confidence, real authentic confidence, like if you see a chick on the street and you're like, damn, this girl's gorgeous, I'm gonna approach her. They're into that shit. Women love women love confident, attractive men, or men who are very confident, who have that a little bit swagger going on, who are a little bit cocky. They love it, even though they will never admit it. But women love very confident men who go for what they want. They have a target and they go for it. They love it, absolutely. So, confidence, in my opinion, can make you or break you. I would put it at the top. Okay, next thing. What's another big thing? Status. Okay, I'm gonna put status also as top attractive, but again, I think status doesn't really attract the type of women that you really want long term. It attracts a lot of these like girls who just want to be with you for your status and your fame, and it's not that real, genuine attraction most of the time, unless you have other qualities on top, like you're good looking, you're fit, and you look good. Yes, it will help you. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't think status is the only thing that's going to make you attractive. But status definitely matters a lot on social media. Like this happens all the time, guys. Like if you have followers on Instagram and you're messaging chicks and you have a good social profile, it's going to matter a lot as to how many responses you're going to get from chicks. Believe me, it matters, because it's that wow factor, right? Oh, this guy's different. He has status. Oh, he's the singer. Oh, he's this entrepreneur. I would say it's top attractive, easily. So status matters a lot in society today, especially when it comes to attracting women. And it's even more magnified with social media and all these things, right? So it definitely matters a lot. Okay, let me guys just get some water here. I'm getting thirsty. Okay, next thing. And this is actually something that is not talked about often, but having options as a man. I believe this is a top attractive man trait. If you guys can get only one of these things that are on this list, it will be this. If you have social proof from other women, bro, you're gonna be so attractive to girls. Literally. You don't have to be the best looking, you don't have to be the tallest, you don't have to have the most status or the most money. But if other women or men can see you with other women, beautiful women especially, bro, you're gonna have the most status in the room. I'll tell you it. Because women are a beauty object. They raise a man's status like crazy. I've seen it with myself, and I think a lot of you guys have probably gone through this experience. Sometimes you can go through a little period when you're single and lonely, but then as soon as you get a girlfriend or you're married, all of a sudden, all girls want you for some reason. Why? Because you have social proof. It's that external validation. This chick wants him. I should want him as well. You know, it works. It really works. That's why Dan Bilzerian is so famous. Because he has a lot of validation from women. He has a lot of women around him all the time, and that raises his status all the time. Because a lot of guys have money, they have cars, they have boats. Well, maybe not boats, but they have money. They have designer brand clothes and all that shit. But if they have women, or if you have women, I mean, all the other guys want to be like you. I can assure you that. Because there's very few men who have that ability to pull multiple chicks. Very few. Very few. All the other guys are going to be jealous of you if you have this one thing. Because women are an asset. Women actually make a man a lot more attractive. It matters a lot more than all these other traits. So, next thing, your voice. I think your voice definitely does make you more attractive, though. I wouldn't say it's top attractive, but especially if you guys send voice messages to chicks on Instagram, dating apps, or Facebook, I think your voice can definitely make you a lot more sexy. I mean, there was this one guy somewhere in the United States. He was found on the side of the road. He was homeless. He was a homeless black man, and he was famous for his voice. There was a guy that recorded him. He was like, welcome to 105.5. We're talking Los Angeles radio here. We're broadcasting live from Detroit radio on 106.5. The voice for radio. It's important. Your voice is also important. It's not just how you talk, but it's the tonality you have, how you're modulating the voice, your tempo. You guys can see it when I'm speaking here. I'm speaking with a lot of energy. I'm not trying to be loud. I'm not trying to be obnoxious, but you can feel that I'm really trying to deliver a message here. And that's the point. So I think having a good voice definitely attracts women. Okay, next thing. Intelligence. I will put it as attractive. Intelligence definitely attracts more women because when you're intelligent, you can talk about a lot more things. You're not so surface level. How many guys are so boring, to women? It's crazy. That's why so many women online are complaining that all men are the same because they can't really elaborate on certain subjects. They don't have that deep, profound wisdom on certain aspects or areas about life. Let's say you're passionate about fitness. If you're passionate about fitness and you have a deep knowledge about fitness, you're going to be instantly more attracted to women if you have intelligence. I can tell you that. Okay, so work on your intelligence. Doesn't matter what it is. Maybe you're into physics. Maybe you're into content creation. Maybe you're into maths. It really doesn't matter. But having a good amount of intelligence is definitely going to make you more attractive as a man because you're not blending in with the rest. You're being different. So, on to the next one. Ambition, having passion and desire. I will put it as top attractive as well. Bro, if you're an ambitious man, you're automatically going to be more attractive by default. Because very few men today, and I say this very often on my channel, most men nowadays have no ambition besides having their job, which is a very different thing. But I'm actually talking about being ambitious at your craft, maybe even your career, because that can be the same thing. But most guys are not passionate about what they do. So yeah, being ambitious, having some goals, working for something, striving for more, chasing excellence in all areas of life is going to make you a ridiculously attractive man. Because again, you have no competition today, guys. Most guys are not trying. I'm telling you, they're not trying at all. So definitely, ambition and being ambitious and driven will set you apart from all the other guys. Because most guys today are fat, they're broke, they're lazy, they don't want to go after women because they have given up somewhat. But if you're different, bro, you're going to have such an easy time, especially here in Eastern Europe. Okay, next one. Being kind. I would say it's attractive as well. Like being kind and generous to other people will set you apart from all the other guys. Because most people today are so selfish. They don't want to give they don't want to give back to society. They don't want to contribute. They're not really being generous. And you can see this all the time. If you're seeing someone at a restaurant or at a cafeteria or maybe at a grocery store and you're seeing someone that's being mean and condescending to somebody else, you know that that person is not a quality person. But if you're being generous and if you're being a very good person to the other party, bro, or to society in general, people are going to respect you a lot more. Because people can sense if you're being generous and kind, if you're being real. Like you guys can see it on me. I'm actually trying to be real with you guys. But being kind, generous, to not be confused with being nice, because that's very different. Nice is just being a yes person. You're just agreeing with everything that somebody else is saying. I'm actually talking about being real and not being fake. Being really generous and caring for other people. Maybe even random strangers, man. It is so attractive because people pay attention to it. Even the girl that you're with, if you're taking someone on a date, if you're taking someone on a date, or you're being with a girl, or maybe even a friend, they're looking at you all the time. They're observing your behavior, nonstop. Other people are looking all the time. So yes, it does make you more attractive. Let me just get another sip. Okay, next one. Taking care of your health. It's attractive. Very attractive. Now, this is not the same as building muscle. I'm just talking about being healthy in general. Having a good diet, working out, doing your cardio, being active physically in general. It's very important for your body, for your energy levels, for being a more confident man, and for just having a vibrant, for just being a vibrant person, because it's going to help you tremendously. You're going to have more confidence, you're going to have more testosterone, and you're going to be able to break through barriers and boundaries. And this is what actually is going to set you apart from other guys. Because most guys, again, are not taking care of their physical appearance or fitness level one bit. They think it's just genetics. They're coping out. But you have to be different. You have to stand out in the marketplace of life. So yes, fitness and being active and not living a sedentary lifestyle is gonna help you with women and being a lot more attractive. Not just to women, but other people as well. It's gonna help you with everything, really. Fitness is so underrated. I don't think it's top attractive, but it's definitely it's an attractive trait to have. Now, having a sense of humor. I would say it's also attractive. It's very attractive, actually. I wouldn't say it's top attractive. I think we're gonna go to a different point in a bit. But having a sense of humor and not taking yourself seriously is a skill in and of itself. When somebody's criticizing you, or somebody is talking some shit about you, or when somebody is blatantly disrespecting you, and you're taking it with a grain of salt, you're being lackadaisical about it. That is incredibly attractive. Most people can't do it. Most people are so offended when somebody is talking shit about them, when somebody has a different opinion than yours. They're gonna get so pissed off. They're gonna get so annoyed. Most people will freak the fuck out. But if you can keep your calm, you can be stoic, or if you can just have a laugh about it, you can laugh it off like it's nothing. You're just let it in the air. You're gonna be a lot more attractive, because a lot of women will do this too. A lot of women will test guys to see if they're actually confident. But if she can see that you're just throwing it off, you're not really taking it seriously, bro, they're gonna like you for it. They're gonna like you. Because a lot of girls will do this to you. You're not that handsome. You're not that confident. Who do you think you are, Mister? They're gonna do it to you. Sometimes it's gonna be sometimes it's gonna be very obvious disrespect. But if you're just brushing it off, she's gonna like you because you're showing her that you're the real deal. You're not some faker, right? Okay, next thing. Having hobbies or passions or interests. Absolutely. It's an attractive trait. Again, goes back to my previous point. Most guys today are not ambitious at all. They have nothing that they're really pursuing. And it doesn't matter what it is, guys. Maybe you want to be an actor. Maybe you like acting. Maybe you like singing. Maybe you like playing the guitar. Maybe you like playing soccer or football, basketball. Maybe you like, I don't know, helping elders. Maybe you're like helping charities. If you're very passionate about a certain thing, it's going to show in your energy and in your vibration, really, as a person. And other people can sense it. Really, it does matter a lot. You can also say that fitness and working out is a hobby, but it's not quite the same thing. But if you have a passion, maybe you like playing chess, maybe you like even reading books, man, because it's going to raise your intelligence, it's going to raise the bar for you. Definitely. Like having hobbies or even hiking, going on, playing tennis, it's all good for you because you have interests. Like you have things that you're doing besides just sitting on your ass at home or going to work. It's really important, guys, because you're going to stand out. Okay? You're becoming more of a complete man here. Now, this is going to be having social skills, being good with people. I would say it's top attractive. Having good conversation skills, basically, social skills. This is also one of the things that I think you guys should master if you want to become really good with people. Not just women, but people in general. If you have the ability to approach any type of stranger on the street, you're going to stand out. Most guys can't do it. They can't. Let me have another sip. It's a top attractive trait. If you can keep a conversation going, if you know how to approach a woman, how to seduce her the right way, how to ask questions the right way, how to how to talk, how to present yourself. This is all part of having good social skills. Looking people in the eye, shaking hands, having good body language. This is all a part of having social skills, which I'm not going to talk about too much here because I could make a long ass video about this. It's really deep, and it is a little bit complex. It's simple, but it's not easy. But because there's so many components that go to it, like I'm just gonna give you I can't give you the nuts and bolts of this because it's so deep. But having good quality social skills, speaking the right way, looking people in the eye, having good body language, not looking down, not sitting like this all the time, just being a good speaker is going to help you massively. Massively. Because being good with women, really, if you think about it, besides having that instant attraction, is all about how you talk. You're basically a salesperson when you're talking to her one-on-one or on dating apps, Instagram. That's why. That's what you're doing. You're being a salesperson. You're like converting her into your lead in your funnel. It's crazy if that works, right? Because you're basically selling yourself. It's just like on social media, for instance, your look, it's like your marketing. How you convert her, it's your sales funnel. That's interesting, isn't it? So you have to stand out. You have to be a better marketer, and you also have to be at a better product. You have to sell yourself the right way. Okay, guys, so the last thing we're going to talk about right here, I just had to take a little break. We're going to talk about bedroom skills. Because this is another one that a lot of guys are struggling with. I think it's okay attractive. I don't think it really matters as much as guys think it does. You know, your sex skills, right? How well you're banging the girl. Unless you want to keep her around like long term, if you're just like doing one night stands, I don't think it matters as much as guys think it does. But at the same time, it probably depends mostly on your dick size. Like if you have a big banana, I think you don't really need to have as many skills. You don't have to like move it around. You don't have to like really find the right angles all the time. You can pull it up. It's a lot easier when you have a bigger one. But if you guys are like have like a smaller one, I think you definitely need more skills. You know, you need to hit it the right way. But I don't think it matters as much as guys think it does. You know, being able to last longer, it helps, but it's not like that thing that's gonna like make you or break you as a man, for sure. Unless you want to keep her around, like if you want to be in that relationship, I would probably put it as attractive. But in this case, we're only talking about just attracting girls in general. So that's about it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video right here. I was really trying my best to make sure I actually provided as much value as I could. And I think this list, in my opinion, is spot on. You know, because I think dick size, for instance, is a big problem for a lot of guys. Unless it's like really, really small, you don't really have to worry about it too much. The reason why you're thinking about it too much is because you're watching all this corn, you're watching all these explicit videos, and you think it matters, but no. Same thing with money. Like I don't think money or like we're not just talking about money, but materialism and having like nice things. I don't think they really matter too much. They don't matter as much as guys think they do. Because I know a lot of guys who have money, they have a lot of really nice cars, but they're still single. They struggle with attracting women. I would say they actually have more problem right now. They have more problems because they're really unsure if the girl is actually into them or if she's just for their money, if they're just after their wallet, right? So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And by the way, you can join our free groups down below. And yeah, have a beautiful weekend. See ya.